What is up, people? What is up? Y'all know who it is. It's your boy, Camingo. Now, we got a special show for y'all tonight. Tonight, since the All Stars were announced yesterday, now it's time for me to pick my reserves who should make the All Star thing. With 40 reserves, well, congratulations to the guys who were starters. The West, you got Steph Curry, you got Luka Doncic, you got LeBron, Zion Williamson, and the Joker Nikola Jokic. Now, congrats to LeBron James. This is what 19th All-Star game. 19. I'm like, wow, 19 All-Star games. Like, who remembers his first? Like, his first. I was back in middle school when he had first All-Star game. I'm like, 19 years, 19 All-Star games for LeBron. And now he's what 107 points away from being an all-time scorer in league history. Amazing, absolutely amazing. Now let's go to the East. East, you got Kyrie Irving, you got Donovan Mitchell, you got Giannis, you got Tatum and Kevin Durant. So did they get it right? So I'm not mad. I'm not mad at this list. I'm not mad at starting lines. In the past, I would say I had a change, but I'm not mad. The fans get it right, perhaps, but it is what it is. So let's get to it. Let's get to my who I think should make the team, the reserves. Let's start with the West. Now here are the rules. You gotta pick 2 backcourts, 3 front court, and 2 wild cards. So without further ado, let's start the West. Let's go. Let's go to the backcourt. First backcourt is no question. It's Ja Morant. No question about that. And honestly, I think some fans say, I heard the media say this, he should have been a starter. And I kind of agree with that because Steph Curry, he did miss about a month or so with that shoulder injury, but Steph is Steph. Now you can't go wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? I know the Warriors are struggling a little bit. They're like an average team, but you gotta get the starting job not to Ja Morant because they're what second to Western Conference. I think no one's gonna catch Denver or Memphis for the top 2 spots. So Ja Morant, I know you're not starting, but you're gonna make the team regardless. Second backcourt, it's gonna be his first All-Star game. SGA, Shea Gilgeous Alexander. I hope I get his middle name right. Is it Gilgeous or whatever? I just call him SGA. He deserved to make the All-Star team. He's like top 10 in scoring, averaging 30 points a game, and to me, he is the runner. He is in the running to get most improved player. He deserves to get most improved. Like and the Thunder, I think they're close in that playing tournament. They're real close. They're competing. I'm a little surprised they're competing even without the kid Chet Holmgren who hurt got hurt in the summertime, but they're competing. So it'll pay off this year. Next year, there can be a problem next year. So keep doing the thing, Shay. It's crazy, man. I know he came from the Clipper trade when it got is it Paul George? Yeah, Paul George. So go back that trade. It was probably even trade because he was doing good in LA his rookie year. Then going to Thunder playing with Chris Paul the first year. I think that playing Chris Paul gave the man confidence. Going for getting better year after year after year. So he's gonna make the All-Star team. Now let's go to the front court. First front court, Anthony Davis. It's no question about that. Because before he got hurt, he was dominant. He was dominant. You saw what he did against my Wizard. You saw what he did. Put 55 points on us. He had he was on a tear in December. I think Lakers were playing their best basketball during that time. But when he got hurt, Lakers started to struggle. Then they go up and down. Then struggle, go up and down. But AD, should he be a star? If he hadn't gotten hurt, he would have easily been a starter. But it is what it is. Cause he sometimes he starts, sometimes comes to the bench on these All-Star games. But AD should make the team. Next front player, Domantas Sabonis. Yes, the man is leading the league in double doubles. And shout out to the Sacramento Kings. The Kings, if you saw my previous show, I had them at number 10. I had me a playing team. People thought I was crazy when I had the Kings in the playing tournament. But now they're number three in the West out of all teams in the NBA. Who would have thought the Kings be third in the West? With that team, with Sabonis and Fox and the crew, Keegan Murray. So Domantas Sabonis, I know he didn't make it last year because Indiana was bad. He was bad. They were bad last year, but he hasn't made it since 2021. But he's gotten better since he got traded to Indiana and doing his thing in Sacramento. So keep doing things, Sabonis. This is probably I think it's probably your third one. I think your third All-Star games, something like that. So he's there to make the team. Next Funko player, here's Lauri Markkanen. Yes, Lauri Markkanen should make the team. Who would have thought he'd be an All-Star? Who? No one thought he'd be an All-Star. And give Utah a shout out. Because beginning of the season, they thought they were going to be trash when they traded Don Mitchell and Rudy Gobert. And they took it seriously when people thought they were going to tank for the Victor Wembanyama guy. They took it seriously. They said, no, we're not doing this. We're not going to tank to get Victor. We're not going to do it. So Markkanen is having a great year. Because I'm surprised Chicago gave him up like that. They literally gave him up. Because he was really good at his first couple years in Chicago, and then he wanted out of here. And I think Cleveland, it wasn't fit for him because they were loaded at forward position. So going to Utah, like, he's found a home in Utah. So shout out to Markkanen. It's probably your first one, man, and it's in Utah. And remember, I think I want TNT last night. Some think he should have been a starter because I wouldn't mad because the game is in Utah, but it is what it is. And now this is the hard part: the 2 wild cards. First wild card, I got to give it to this man, Dame Lillard. And like it's what we call it, what y'all call it, Lifetime Achievement Award or something like that. So it's Dame Lillard, man. Dame Dollar. You saw what we did to the Jazz the other night, put up 60 freaking points. That coach, I said, yeah, he's gonna make it because he's doing his thing. Because last year he was hurt last year and they were terrible, and they're still, I think they're still competing in that playing tournament spot. They're still competing, you know what I'm saying? But it's Dame Lillard. Like I said, he's gonna be in the team. The last wild card, this is a hard one. The last one, I gotta give the nod to Paul George from the Clippers because they're still one of the top 6 in the Western Conference. Let me see where they're 5th in the Western Conference, so I gotta give it to Paul George. To me, I gotta reward one Clipper. I wanted with Kawhi, but he's been hurt. But I gotta give it to Paul George. I'm gonna check his number real quick. The dude is averaging 29 points a game, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, shooting 40% from field, 30% from 3. So he's a multi-time All-Star. Like Dame Lillard, Lifetime Achievement Award. Yeah, just give it to the man. And I got some alternates as well. I got throw some alternates as well. You know what I'm saying? Let me get to it real quick. Alternates who should make the team is players who might get snubbed. One, De'Aaron Fox. I think the West they should reward 2 kings. I'm not be surprised if they reward 2 kings to be All-Star team. So because Fox, he deserved to be All-Star. Because after all this time in Sacramento, where they were suffering for years, and people rumored that in the summertime if they don't make playoffs this year, then Fox wants out of here, but King gave him a chance. And he's a bonus, saved his life. He saved him. Next alternate, he's been snubbed for years. C.J. McCollum. Yes, he's been snubbed for years. He's in Portland, but he should get a nod for the team because I don't think the Pelicans went. I think they're in the 4th spot. I don't think where Pelicans be if it weren't for C.J. McCollum. Because McCollum changed the culture of the franchise once he came in there around this time last year, before trade deadline. So he should be considered to make the team, but I think he should make it. If somebody gets hurt, watch the commissioner reward him because he's been NBA for how long? For 10 years now, something like that. They should be nice and give it to him if someone is hurt. By the way, and the last alternate, I go with Ant-Man. I know Timberwolves are struggling right now. There's no cat. He's been out for a long while. They should give not to Ant-Man. Cause they in between Edwards and Paul George. It's gonna be close between the two. So it's what year 3 for Edwards. So I wouldn't be surprised either if he makes the team as well. So we're gonna take a quick break, y'all. Now the hard part. The East is coming up. So stay tuned.
Rookie now with 56 in all. Behind the back pass from Simmons. Able to get way up for the stuff.
Talking about another guy that's sneaky athletic. We don't look at his athletic ability because of his jump shooting ability. Bill getting up with the 2 hands.
Okay, y'all, we're back. We are back. And now we move on to the Eastern Conference. Let's go with the backcourt. The first one is no question, Jaylen Brown. He should make the team because they're the best team in the NBA. And when you're best in the NBA, you got to reward two or three guys. So Jaylen Brown, and speaking of Jaylen Brown, they've been on I know he's been up and down with injuries as of late, but when Tatum and Brown healthy, they are the best duo in basketball right now at this point, and scoring wise, because I see them every time scoring. One guy scores 40, another guy scores 30, or both score 30 points at the same time. So they're a team to look out for, man. You want to face them in the playoffs, you know what I'm saying? Because they're on a mission to get that elusive championship. Second backcourt, I picked this guy, but I'm very afraid he might get snubbed. It's James Harden. He should make it because they are high right now. They're number 2 in the Western Conference. I think Harden is like 1 or 2 leading in assists between him and Halliburton or something like that. But it's James Harden, man. Like I said, but by the others, Lifetime Achievement Award. So you gotta get the nod to James Harden. But like I said, I'm afraid he might get snubbed. Front court. This is no question. Should have been a starter. It's Joel Embiid. If I had to pick a guy who should have been started over that Embiid should start over, it's Kevin Durant. I know he's hurt and all, but if he doesn't play in all the game, he should be back real soon, Kevin Durant. But if he doesn't play before the game, then they're gonna Embiid's gonna be the starter over Kevin Durant. So I'm gonna ask about Embiid because I think he's top 2 or 3 MVP in my opinion. Behind with the Joker and Tatum. So nothing about Embiid. He's gonna make the team regardless. Next front court player, the Julius Randle. Yes. Who would have thought the Knicks be like what? Are they 6th, 7th in the Eastern Conference? Randle's doing the same numbers he did 2 years ago when he was an All-Star. I know Knicks had a down year last year, but Knicks are surprising, but I did not see this coming, but the New York man, New York. Yeah, Randle, he's a monster. He's a monster, flat out monster. Next Funko player, he hasn't been an All-Star in 3 years. Pascal Siakam, yes, Pascal Siakam. He's having a all-around year. I'm gonna pull up his number real quick and get to Siakam. Let me see right here. Where's Pascal? There it is. He's averaging 25.2 points a game, 8.3 rebounds, and 6.5 assists, shooting 47% from the field and 31% from 3. He is having a all-around. To me, I think this is his best season of his career. His best. This is best. It's better than one. He was an All-Star back in 2020. And people forget, in 2020, he was a starter. Because the year, I think KD was recovering from Achilles injury he suffered in 2019. So let's not forget he was a starter in the Eastern Conference a couple years ago. So he should be back making the All-Star team. Now next up, the wild card. This is a hard. The last two for Wednesday is gonna be big. First wild card, Jalen Brunson. Yes, from New York. I think they. I know Knicks are 6-7 right now in the East. I think they should reward 2 Knicks, because Jalen Brunson is on a tear right now this month. Look at his numbers. His points the last couple of games. Let me look at for the month of January. Let's do the month of January. He had 24 against Phoenix, 38 against San Antonio, 26 against Toronto, 44 against the Milwaukee, 34 against Indiana, 34 against the Wizards, 27 against Detroit, 27 against Toronto, 32 against Washington, 19 against Atlanta, 20 against Toronto, 14 against Cleveland, and 29 against Boston. He has been on a absolute mission in January. He's showing the coaches that he deserves to be an all-star along with Julius Randle. So I think they should reward two Knicks in my opinion. Now, for the last wild card, I have no choice. I know people say don't do it, but this guy, I have it right here. He should make the All-Star team this year. I don't care. He has to make it. You want to know who it is? This guy, Kyle Kuzma. Yes, he has got to make the All-Star team this year. This is the year right now. He got to make the team. I'm pull up his numbers real quick. It was like the last couple of games of the last. It was the last 6 games. Some of that. I'm gonna find it. All right, here it is. Last 6 games against New York, he had 47-7. Golden State, it was his worst one. He had 16-11-5. New York, the rematch, he had 27-13-7. Orlando, he had 25-10-6. And against Dallas, he had 35-2. And Houston game, he had 33-9-2. So his scoring is crazy, man. He's got him, and Wizards are rolling right now. So if he can put his numbers, we got like 3 games left before the All-Star reserve right now for the Wizards. If he put his scoring number outburst like it did last 2 games, he got considered being an All-Star this year. Now I got some alternates here. Number 1, he might get snubbed. Tyrese Haliburton. I know he's been hurt. That could hurt chance to make the team. He should make I think he's leading in assists. So I know Indiana they've been struggling as of late. So I wouldn't mind if Haliburton makes the team, because if he makes the team, think about it. He and Sabonis will make the team, and they're part of that trade. I remember Kings fans were upset that they traded him away, but look back at it, it was a fair trade. They both make it at the same time. Fair trade. Second alternate I should make it Bam Adebayo. I know you should get to the Heat, because they've been they're still hanging there 6th seed in the Eastern Conference. So it's gonna be close, man. It's gonna be real close. East is hard to choose. It's hard to choose. I know East is real competitive this year. Third alternate, DeMar DeRozan. He's still doing it, but the Bulls, they are struggling. He should be considered a candidate in the Eastern Conference All-Star like every year. Another alternate, Trae Young. They're what, like 8th in the Eastern Conference, and Trae averaging 27 points a game. Like it's having Trae every other year. One year he makes the team, next year he gets snubbed, next year he makes the team. This year it could be the same thing, get snubbed again. And last one is a surprise. Jrue Holiday should be considered being an All-Star, because he's been putting up numbers with Milton being hurt and Jan's been in and out lately. He should be considered making the All-Star team this year. It's a consideration. He hasn't been an All-Star in 10 years. People forget he was an All-Star with the Sixers back then, a couple years ago. So I wouldn't mind him making the team. And Milwaukee, they were 3rd in the Eastern Conference, something like that. So we will see what happens. We'll see what happens on who will make All-Star team. The reserve will be announced next Thursday night. So we'll see the result. Hopefully, I could be right. Could be wrong. So we gonna see. So that's it, y'all. Thank y'all for watching. Y'all know the deal. Follow me on Twitter at KenMingo. Same Instagram. My Wiz page, Twitter is at Wiz_Nation. Instagram, Nation_Wiz. Thank y'all. Peace.